Hello children, how are you all? Hope you are fine. I am Dakshayani, handling biology from Bharadasar Veterinary Higher Secondary School, Arakonam. Children, today we are going to discuss Chapter 2, Kingdom Animalia in 11th Standard Zoology. And in this part 3, we are going to discuss about the basis of classification. So far we discussed about the other levels based on symmetry, based on cell layers, based on next coelom. Right, so based on this we have classified organisms, and now we are going to see what are the other bases. In that, the first one is about the based on segmentation. What is segmentation, children? Some animals possess the repeated segments. For example, you take a earthworm, what is present? If you take a earthworm, the repeated segments. The body is divided into many segments like this. Right, this repeated segment. So based on the segment and absence of segment, we can classify the organisms. So the repeated segment, we can call it as a metamerism. Here one important 2 more question, children. What is metamerism? In annelids, there is a repeated segments, right? Such type of repeated units, we call it as metameres, and such type of arrangement, we call it as a metamerism, right? And here which is found in annelids. Annelids, what are the examples of annelids? Earthworm, leech, leech means attapuchi, right? All comes under the annelids. And here, but some other phylum also possesses the what? Segments. Example, insects. If you take a cockroach, if you turn it back and you can see the number of segments on its backside, right? So, arthropods. Some insects. For example, you take a scorpion, you can see many segments throughout its body. And you take puran, we say, right, millipedes, centipedes, everything it possesses the segment throughout the body. So, segmentation. What is metamerism? The repeated segments are said to be metameres, and such process of arrangement we call it as metamerism. So, children, next one. We are going to classify the organism based on the notochord. What is notochord? Notochord means vertebral column, that is mudugelimbu, right? If an organism possesses the notochord in any stage of its life, it is said to be chordates. And if it does not possess the vertebral column, we say it as non-chordate. So, what is a notochord? Notochord is a rod-like structure, and it is formed at the time of embryonic development, that is karuvalarchi. Karuvalarchi nadakkarappave what will happen? The notochord will be formed. For us, if we take an example, or kolandaiya irukappa notochord will be formed, and notochord will be converted into vertebral column. Notochord, it will be very flexible. Vertebral column is hard bony structure, right? It is flexible, we can bend, but it has a cartilage in middle, right? So notochord, right? Based on the presence of notochord and absence, we can classify them into chordates and non-chordates. I told you already, all the first 9 phylums comes under the non-chordates. That is, they do not possess the vertebral column. We can also call them as invertebrates. And from all the phylums all the classes under the phylum Chordata possesses the vertebral column. So we can say them as vertebrates, or we can classify them under the chordates, right? So next one, so we can see what all the entire, this important question, children, entire classification, how we classify the 11 phylums based on their classification. So first one is levels of organization, cellular level, tissue level, right? Cellular level, tissue level. Again, cellular level only porifera, remaining phylums all come under the tissue, organ and organ system level. And based on this symmetry, we can classify the organisms into, based on the symmetry, we can classify the organisms into radial and bilateral, right? Radial, Coelenterata and Ctenophora only radial. Others all phylums comes under the bilateral symmetry. Again, this bilateral is classified is based on the presence of coelom into acoelomate, pseudocoelomate and eucoelomate. Acoelomate, platyhelminthes, flatworm. False coelom, pseudocoelomate, roundworms, ascalminthus. And with true coelom, all phylum Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusca, Echinodermata, Hemichordata and Chordata possesses the true coelom. So whatever we studied till now, this is the simplified form of classification. Write this classification in your notebook, children. It is very important to recall the topics what we have taught before, right? Next one, again we can classify. There are some other methods of classification. We studied it classified into 11 phylums. Some we can classify, we can see the some other classification of animal kingdom. And that first one is the entire animal kingdom is divided into two subkingdoms. One is Parazoa and Eumetazoa. Parazoa and Eumetazoa. Parazoa and Eumetazoa. What is Parazoa? That here only cellular level of organization is seen. Cells do not form a tissues. That is, cells are loosely aggregated. They do not form a tissues. They do not form a organs. Right? So based on the cell, we can classify the cellular level of organization as Parazoa. Next one is Eumetazoa. Here tissue level, organ level and organ system level of organizations. All the animals under this comes under the Eumetazoa. So what is Parazoa? Cellular level of organization. And what is Eumetazoa? Tissue, organs and organ systems. Again this Eumetazoa is classified into two types. One is radiata and bilateral. What is radiata, children? The organisms which possesses the radial symmetry comes under the radiata, and organisms which possess the bilateral symmetry comes under the bilateral. So radiata, right? The organisms which possesses the radial symmetry. For example, they have only two things. One is a inner endoderm, and the ectoderm and the endoderm are separated by mesoglia. They have only two. That is the diploblastic animals. Diploblastic animals comes under the radiata and radially symmetrical and diploblastic, right? So these are the phylum. This comes under the radiata. So here we can classify again the radial symmetry into what? Pentamerous radial symmetry, that is seen in the starfish. So organisms which possess the radial symmetry comes under the grade radiata. All are diploblastic. So what's the next category? Bilateral. So bilateral, here we can see here the organ level and organ system level of organization and all the triploblastic animals. What is triploblastic? They possess the three germ layers: ectoderm, endoderm and mesoderm. These come under the bilateral symmetry, that is a grade bilateral. Again this is classified into protostomium and deuterostomium. Proto means first, the mouth is formed first, and here deuterostomium means that is secondary, mouth is formed secondary. So now let us see what is the difference between them. So protostomium, here the mouth is formed first. Proto means first and stomium means mouth. During the time of embryonic development means karuvalarchi. At the time of that, the mouth is formed first. The example of protostomium is acoelomate, pseudocoelomate and caesocoelomate, right? And next one is deuterostomium. Deuteron means secondary and stomium is mouth. So here the anus is formed from, and the mouth formed near the blastopore, and the anus, mouth is formed away from the anus, away from the blastopore. So here the mouth is formed secondary. Example, enterocoelom. Enterocoelom, that is, what is a example, children, for protostomium? Acoelomate, pseudocoelomate and caesocoelomate, and example of deuterostomium is enterocoelomate. Right, now let us see the diagram of it. So this is the diagram of the protostomium and deuterostomium. Here you see, children, at the time of embryonic development. At the time of embryonic development, what is formed first? The blastophore first develops into the mouth. The blastophore, first what is formed? Mouth is formed, hence it is said to be protostomium. And deuterostomes, Here at the time of embryonic development, near the blastopore what is formed? Anus is formed. This is the anus, and away from the anus what is formed? Mouth is formed. So mouth is formed secondary. So it is said to be deuterostomium. So far we discussed about the, what are the things? Radial, bilateral, and then about the protostomium and deuterostomium. So children, with this all the levels of organization comes to an end. So from the next session we will be seeing about directly to the phylum. So based on this we can classify the organisms, either they are cellular or tissue or organ level or organ system level. We can classify them whether either they possess coelom or absence of coelom, whether they are diploblastic or triploblastic, what radial or what bilateral symmetry. So we finished the basis of classification. So with this the session comes to an end, children. We have attached the study material, assessment and question bank for this topic. Go through it, make the topics well and practice the diagram, study the difference questions, difference between this, difference between the deuterostomium and protostomium, difference between radiata and bilateral, right? So thank you children, have a nice day.